So this is Orust Runt. The two first boats has already started. Its slowest boat starts first and the fastest last. We are starting in about 2.5 hours. And first to finish to Gullholmen. So the race is from Uddevalla to Gullholmen. So here is the two first boat that started. The closest one here is the Smiling, started 30 minutes after EF in the front with the blue and white spinnaker. So not much wind for Jon Plate to fill the spinnaker at this point, but it looks like it will come a lot more. The next three boats start with only 5 minutes in between, and first out is the Dealer with Leif Svensson. He starts 10:27, and then comes CB66 Racer, and after that the Smaragd with the white spinnaker. Leif is sailing short-handed with only 2 people on board, and looks really great. Wind in the red-white spinnaker. Göran also sailing short-handed, and it looks like he's already some good speed with his blue Jennaker. Last out of those 3 is Erik in his Smaragd. You can't hear it here, but the spinnaker sounded very new. One and a half hour later, it's our turn to start. Same condition, more or less, no wind or super light wind. For us, a bit from the side, we put up the code 0 instead of the Jennaker. Race has started, nearly no wind at all. Henrik is doing his best with what we got. 3 knots, code 0. We have a boat not in the race, but they of course they want to race. Far East 28 Racing. Are they coming here? Det var lite tunt i starten alltså.
Så precis efter bron är det väldigt dött, men sen längre ut är det lite vind.
Ja, härligt.
Men då är det nog bäst. Men vi har ändå 3 timmar att köra in.
Ja, jag vet det. Jag tänkte på er. Men det fixar ni.
Ja.
Får ni bra tryck i grejerna så går det undan.
Det är helg liksom, och det är kappsegling och det är lördag.
Ja,
After the bridge, the wind increased a bit. We put up Jennaker, and then a very long downwind with the shifting condition until we end up in Skåpesund, where the wind change and it's upwind. It's a difficult passage, at least for us, with not so much wind and lots of tacking before we manage to exit the narrow passage. Then the wind increases and it comes a bit from side. We decide to furl out the code 0, but something really bad happened. The clue from the code 0 somehow gets stuck in the batten from the jib and rip off a really big hole in the jib, and yeah, we furl it in because we don't need it right here, but it will be a big problem later on. Here you can see me doing some emergency care of the jib with duct tape. We furl it out halfway and then we can still use it a bit, and it's much easier to tack with some jib up at least. So not maximum speed, but yeah, at least we can finish. Mollösund also pretty close, and lots of tacks, but not as difficult as Skåpesund. Just before here we also catch up the first boat, the EF, and manage to pass them. The last 2 miles will be the absolute slowest. We are catching up after a while with the Smiling. We have some fight with them, but managed to pass them as well in the narrow passage of Hermanö Renna. Here we also have about 1 knot current against us, and also upwind and not so much wind at all. So it's taking a very long time to the finish line. Finally, we see Gullholmen, the small island with a lot of houses on, and can see the line closing in. Sunset, nearly no wind at all. You say Henrik about the condition. Perfect. Hur fort går vi, Henrik? 3 knots. Here is the other boat. Seems like we are not the last boat. That is good. 500 meter from finish, Gullholmen. The other sailors are staying in this harbor overnight, but we have to move on, so we just going in and making a turn and then out again and put up the code 0. A great race, even it was only 6 boats this time, and amazing weather. See you next time.